May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu, makor habracha la'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Well, we need to liven things up and mention some happy stuff. How about that? Yeah. Birthdays this month. Rabbi Emeritus Ted Stateman. And look at that, Rebbitzin Emeritus, Barbara Stateman. Dylan Young, Leah Scher, Joel Stein, Sarah Strauss, Courtney Henderson, Regan Henderson, Nicole Riesfeld, Beth Brooks, and Norman Cohen. And there was one anniversary on the list, Suzanne and Blair Troutwine. Any other simchas? Births, graduations, marriages, anything. Liven it up.
Who's great? Birthday.
Who's birthday? Chris, wonderful. What else?
Going to see my granddaughter.
The Goldbergs are going to see the grandkid. That's a simcha. Anything else?
Son getting tenure.
Hey, Harris's son getting tenure at University of Hawaii?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. That's a simcha. What else?
My niece's first birthday.
Whoa, very nice. Okay.
Our anniversary.
Mazel tov. Why aren't you on the list? Why aren't you on the list?
They never gave it to us.
That'll explain it. Rick?
We got to see our kids last weekend and spent most of the week together in Denver. We got to go to the zoo and play with the penguins.
Oh, how nice. Did anybody mistake them for nuns? Did anybody mistake them for nuns?
No, they were sums.
They were sums, right. No, I said this, and you think, the nuns might not like that, but years ago I lived next door to a nun, wonderful lady. She was in her 70s. She was the chaplain in a prison. And she used to tell me about things that would go on in the prison, and she didn't take guff from anybody, And so she said the watchword around the prison was, don't tick off, it's not the word she used, don't tick off the penguin. She wore the traditional habit. So. What else? Other synthesis?
20 members of our family coming in next week to play music together.
Oh, wow. Mazel tov. That's wonderful.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
We survived 2 weeks of camp.
Piano the kimono.
Welcome to our new rabbi.
Oh, you have a new rabbi?
Yes. May I introduce
I didn't get the memo. Here.
Well, that's cousin Judy and cousin Ed, her husband, hosted a 4th of July dinner for 28 family members ranging from 80s to age 3.
Wow. Nice. Very nice. We're doing well here. You want to keep it going? Yeah. More.
We have guests here.
We do have guests, and I'm going to
Oh, okay.
introduce them in just a minute. Yeah.
I recently got back from a 2-week tour with my daughter and my granddaughter who was adopted from China, and we went back to China on a heritage tour. And that orphanage that she came from, and saw and met the people that actually handed her
Wow.
to my daughter.
How old is she?
She's 11 and a half.
How old was she when she was adopted?
8 months.
So she doesn't remember it,
No, not very hard.
of course. Very nice. That's a lovely. That's lovely. Rick?
Our members Jim Langford and John Banker were married this past Sunday by Rabbi Ted Stamen.
Mazel tov. I think we can share in that simcha as a community. Cool. This is good. Save them up, you know? We're going to do this every time. Okay, I do want to introduce, yes, you do have a new rabbi. I've heard that. I did take that memo. I've been very excited to get here. I want you all to know the welcome that I received on my visits here, and since I got here last week. Is that all? Wow.
Days.
I feel at home already. So thank you. Thank you very much. And one of the neat things that has happened in this 10 days or so since I started the position is I have had the opportunity to speak to 4 different potential new members. Now, 2 of them happen to one family and one single person happen to be here visiting this evening, and I want to just mention their names, and you can wave just so people see who you are, and I hope everyone will make them very welcome at the Oneg across the hall after the service. Now, interestingly, the 2 ladies who are here are both named Kim. There must be a message there somewhere, but I'll have to work on it. Kim Hubbard, sitting over here, and Kim and John Steyer and their 4 children in the back row there, who would roughly double our school. Welcome to all of you, and welcome to everyone. It's so good to be here. Before we conclude, I have to call on Madam President Freeman with announcements. Almost forgot, Rose. That would be. I have to.
You're working in service of the community.
There you
That is
go.
cool. I have to stand in front of the camera. Okay, so forgive me, this is going to be a little crazy. I dictated the announcements to my son on the way here. And I saw his thank you notes. Now I have to translate his handwriting. So,
From a bumpy car.
yes, so this may be a little back and forth. First of all, I want to thank Rabbi Katz here. I thought you didn't know the tunes. You were worried, but you have done a fabulous job without Natalie. So we won't tell her.
No.
You
Tell her
did
what?
a wonderful job. So thank you. My dad planning to have her gone, but it worked out. A couple upcoming dates. Next week on the 18th, we'll have Havdalah in the park at Spring Park. It's a potluck, but it's not an RSVP or a plan. Just bring a dish to share. And Rabbi Katzier will be there to do Havdalah.
With Natalie's help, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
And on August 21st, as Rabbi Katzer has already mentioned, we will be doing the formal induction. So he's here, but we're going to do a special little ceremony. Rabbi Ted's going to come in. Hopefully all the past presidents have called Simone, and we'll talk to Judy and everyone, and hopefully everyone will be coming, and we're going to do a special ceremony. So I hope that everybody can make it to that. I want to thank everyone for their responses to the vet student issue that came out. We had so many responses from people willing to host her. I got multiple calls from her father. He is so blown away by the response that we got back to him so quickly that everybody offered. He said his own congregation would never consider that. So she's going to be staying with Carol Roberts, but it made such a difference to him. So I think Gerald and Elaine, if you're watching, you named us very well because our light shone across all the way to the East Coast. You guys were wonderful, so you should pat yourselves on the back. As you can see, Rabbi Katzier has only been here 10 days. You would not believe it, but he has been working so hard for you. I just want you to know, I can't even count on 2 hands the number of meetings, members, people in the community that he has already reached out to. So he is working very, very, very hard. So give him a pat on the back when you see him and talk to him as well. As you guys know, if you saw the email, he's going to have office hours, so Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays he'll be available if you need him. And if that doesn't work, let him know. He'll be flexible with you, but we're going to try and keep this in office hours so he can have a little time away from us. A couple things you'll be seeing in your email soon, hopefully on Sunday. New West Fest is coming up. Alan is heading that, thank you. So you will see a schedule coming out for sign up for shifts. Please help us do this. For those of you who aren't aware, New West Fest is a big festival in downtown Fort Collins. We're going to have a booth. It's a great way to get out, talk to people just about the Jewish community in northern Colorado and about Orthodox in general, but we need people there to help, and the kids will have some games, and there'll be handouts, and Alan's got some wonderful things for us to hand out. So when you see that come through, please sign up for a shift. It's really actually a lot of fun. And then you can walk around when you're done. New members, I know that Rabbi Katzir, as you mentioned, has talked to a lot of new people, so you're going to be hopefully seeing lots of new faces. Please, again, you guys are always wonderful at it, but let's make sure that people have a warm welcome from us. So we're glad everybody's here. Again, sorry, this is kind of a bubble. If you have any ideas for Sunday chat, Adrienne Zobel is heading that. Just send her email. She's working very hard on getting those together. We have lots of really good ideas, but we want to hear from you. What would you be interested in hearing? And I know Rabbi Katzir said if there's particular topics you'd like him to cover, let him know so that he kind of can gear that towards us. Your board has been working really hard for you, and I don't say that on my behalf. I say that on behalf of the board members that are out there. You would not believe what they have been doing. We have met with Hillel. We've been setting up events with Hillel and hopefully Har Shalom coming up this
That's
summer.
Hillel at CSU.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm involved with
We're
that
now
too.
going to have Hillel and CSU Hillel. We have some new committees. We have a PR committee who has been in contact with the Coloradoan, the Windsor Beacon, several of the radio stations. They are working very hard to find out what they want from us, to know that Rabbi Katzir is in town so they can use us as a resource. We have two new committees coming up that I'm going to call now the Goldilocks committees, because it is a liaison committee that's going to meet with the rabbi regularly, and in addition to my meetings with him, and a religious practices worship committee that's going to help kind of make sure that Orthodox stays on track and is meeting everybody's needs. And so some of you are going to get taps on the shoulders to work on those committees, but what I want you guys to know is that you're going to have a way that you can voice stuff to the rabbi and to the congregation as a whole. We're going to give you people so that we can find that perfect fit. So when things get too hot or too cold, we can make those adjustments.
Very good. We did not plan this.
So we'll let you know who those people are as we get those committees together, but I want you to know that we are truly working to make this a fit for everybody, and we want you to talk to us, and we're going to make sure that we have regular meetings. We're meeting all the time, so we'll fix problems, but tell us what's working, tell us what's not. We want to make it right.
Can I add something to that, Brooke? In terms of those committees, I am always happy to hear from all of you, from any of you, that have something you'd like to suggest, a question that you have. But sometimes people have something that they'd like me to hear about that maybe they'd rather pass it on to me anonymously. That's one of the things that the liaison committee is for. You will know who is on that committee. It'll be publicized. And those folks can pass messages, information on to me if you have something that you would like said anonymously. And that stays private within that committee. And also the worship committee that Brooke was just talking about. There are some people in the congregation who have a very rich background in terms of Jewish ritual and knowledge and all of that. And there's some people whose background is not quite so rich. I really want to hear from those of you who don't have a strong ritual background in Judaism as to if you have any ideas, questions. I'm going to be offering adult ed to teach a lot of these things. So let's get a conversation going, and let's keep it going, because that's the way to keep a community going and healthy.
And that's what we're trying to set up is open conversation. We have a summer event going. We have Sunday chats going. We have a website committee now. If you guys haven't checked out the new website, please do. It is unbelievable. Several of the people that are working on it are here, but it is incredible. They're still making progress, but it's great. And then Marty, who has his hands in everything. I did not realize how much you do, but oh my gosh, we would be lost without you. A couple other things. We would very much like to send Rabbi Katzier to the biennial. I think it would be a fabulous opportunity for him to network within the URJ, to get some experience with the tunes that may be different, some of the different things. But the cost to do that is $3,000. And that is not within our budget, unfortunately. So we are going to do a fundraiser and give you a chance to tell Rabbi Katzier how much you would like him to participate with the URJ. So you will see an email coming out soon, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that that's why that's coming, because we think it would just be a great opportunity for him.
For the benefit of the congregation.
For the benefit of all of us, plus it's fun. One final thing I believe is we do have Faith Family Hospitality coming up. Do you want to say anything about that?
Sure. That's, most of you are familiar with the program. That's where we participate with one of the larger churches in town to spend a week feeding, and they house the homeless. And both Marty and I sent notices out. If you'll check the recent notice from me, you click on the link and it takes you to all the opportunities to participate that week. For example, the Gravish's are preparing and serving dinner Sunday night. We're doing that Tuesday night with Carol Roberts, who's hosting, and there's just different opportunities. And if you need to call somebody, if you don't have the information yet, would like to participate, you're welcome. And I'll get me an ONAG, I'll get you my information. But this is our opportunity once a quarter to participate. And one of the great things about this event is we're out in the Christian community, and they also want to know what we do at our church. So that's always good to talk to folks there. But it's a good, friendly interaction with people that we could probably do a little bit to convince, that we're good people too, despite what they read in the paper sometimes with the Middle East. So I strongly encourage you to participate, and hope to see you there.
Okay. And that's everything I have. Sorry it was so long. I promise I will try and keep these short. Anything else that we missed?
Dave did a good job.
He did. His handwriting is much improved. I only need to rewrite those notes a couple of times. Yeah.
Real quick, I stopped and saw Gerald and Elaine Weiss today, and they send their regards to everyone. And they like the new rabbi. That you got 2 thumbs up there. And we took them a haul and some flowers, and coincidentally, his 4-year-old granddaughter had sent them some of those little flickering Shabbat candles, and they had some wine. And he goes, this holiday just makes it we can have our Shabbat tonight.
Oh, nice.
So they wanted to say hi to everyone. They don't get out. He won't leave her. And she can't get out unless she's in like a wheelchair-equipped vehicle. So if you ever get a chance to stop over and say hi, they're right down in downtown Windsor.
Thanks. Good.
Anything else?
Thank you. And I just want to add to that. I think it's wonderful that people are visiting the Weisses. I know that I've heard from other people who go to visit them. I will be visiting them. Please let me know if anyone is ill, if anyone is in the hospital, if anyone becomes a shut-in and can't get out. I will do house calls, but I got to know. So please let me know. Okay. One last announcement. Next time I lead a service, I expect to have my guitar. Yeah. And I've heard lots of good response when I've suggested that. So yeah, stay tuned. Peter.
Rabbi, office hours, where are you going to be?
I'm sorry?
Where will you be for office hours?
Oh, where?
Starbucks?
I don't know. It'll move around since we don't have an office. I will make it convenient for whoever wants to meet with me. I've had one meeting at the Starbucks near the Sprouts on LeMay. I've had another meeting. Well, Brooke and I met with Alex from CSU Hillel. What was the name of that? Mugs. So we'll move around, whatever's convenient. We'll figure it out.
No fixed place.
No fixed place, right. and sorry, but no walk-in appointments. It just doesn't work. There's no place to walk in. Page 625, we will conclude with Adonai Olam. Adonai Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yisra Le'ein Asar Echetzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot Hakol Levado Yimlot Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Ode Ve'hu Yiyeh B'tifara Ve'hu Yiyeh B'tifara Ve'hu Echad Ve'ein Sheni Le'am Shilo Le'am Bira Ve'li Reishit Ve'li Tachlit Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'ha'misra Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'ha'misra Ve'hu Eli Ve'chai Go'ali Ve'zur Chevli Ve'yesara Ve'hu Nisi U'manosli Menat Kosi Ve'yom Ekra Menat Kosi Ve'yom Ekra Ve'yado Achi Ruchi Ve'elishan Ve'ayra Ve'im Ruchi Geviati Adonai Li Ve'lo Era Adonai Li Ve'lo Era. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, one more announcement.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nora Michelle. I have just taken over a volunteer, Nora Baker. That's my maiden name. Talk about the system. Anyway, I have just taken over as a volunteer position, running the Larimer County Hearing Aid Bank. And what we do is pay for people who can't afford it to get hearing aids, they're reconditioned hearing aids usually, or get their hearing aids repaired. So if any of you know of or have even old hearing aids, because even the old ones we can use for salvage credit, so that puts money in our bank account. So if any of you have any, know of anybody who has any, come across anybody, I'll take them.
Thank you.
Those of you who are involved in various volunteer, worthwhile projects and organizations in the community, this is great. Please pass the word within the congregation, and you're actually enabling us to commit mitzvahs. Right? So thank you. Shabbat Shalom. See you across the hall at the Yonah.
Where's the shirt?